Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Greetings, citizens, and welcome to the Sick episode. I'm Slidewhistle.
Well, I haven't gotten fully sick. It's probably because I'm Immunization.
Hey, it's Aaron, fire mage extraordinaire and horrid punching bag. And a strange medicine woman approached me in the streets of Scottsdale, Arizona, and said, "You will be ruined." And ruined I have been for the past 4 days. But my doctor says they gave me funny medicine that looks like birth control. And so hopefully I'll be sick a little less.
Your doctor said that exactly as he gave you birth control?
Excuse me, Slidewhistle. It may be Trump's America, but it's 2025. My doctor's a woman.
That mother... Can you believe that idiot said DEI caused that fucking plane to hit the helicopter?
It's tough. Have you ever had to work with someone who didn't look like you or share your beliefs? Sometimes it's so confusing, you just cause airplanes to crash into each other.
Yeah, I have no idea why that his first thing. Like, we don't even have like any information about anything that was
He's just
like
fucking
involved
saying
there, do we?
buzzwords. He's just saying anything.
He's spinning the death of 64 Americans into a political grift because his idiot supporters are gonna eat this shit up like shit from an asshole. You guys are so fucking stupid. Yeah, you.
I mean, okay, here we go again. As we've always said, if you're a Trump supporter, we don't care. Like, don't listen to us if that makes you feel better. But like, we've always been very clear about this, and we don't give a shit.
Especially right now. Like, if you support him right, this is crazy. They asked him if he was going to visit the site of the crash, and he said, "No. What do you want me to do, swim?" And we're like, what the fuck, dude? People are dead. Like, what are you doing? This is the worst leader. It's so bad.
Like, imagine being offended to be like the president. Like, I feel like it's like one of their jobs to just like be there whenever like a tragedy happens. Like, come on now.
Bad. And you know what the worst part is? They were fucking on that airplane and they were almost to the end of the flight. Dying at the end of the flight is the worst. You had to endure the rest of the fucking flight first. Ugh. It's just so stupid. All of it is crazy.
We here at DNR would never do identity or racial politics. However, after this, I do have a list of Icy Veins said the best races to be.
Oh, wait, they did?
In the World of Warcraft.
When did they post that?
Earlier today, Wowhead reports in, and it said it had all 28 combinations, and it is the popularity amongst them based on all created characters. The number one, just barely squeaking it out, is Blood Elf with 14.7%.
I mean, that's like not surprising at all. I feel like I could probably just name them. It's the elves and humans at the top, probably, right?
You are pretty much correct. Number 2 is Night Elf with 14.2. Human is 10.5. Orc is 6.5. And you'll never believe it. Actually, you know what? It's because you can make them white. Void Elf at 4.5. Void Elf is beating out like classic races, but I guess it's just because you can make them like blood elves for Alliance.
That's a crazy number fall off. What was it? You said it was 14, 14, 10.
14.7, 14.2, 10.5, 6.5, 4.5 respectively.
What's the last one? Who's bringing up the caboose?
Very, very last are, of course, our newest friends, the Earthen. However, I guess it's the novelty of having a Horde Dwarf. Horde Earthen are 0.3% of the vote, and Alliance are 0.2%.
Wow, that's not a lot at all. I mean, I guess I'm not surprised, but I guess I would have thought there'd be more Horde then. Because they should be excited to get their hands on little squat boys and girls.
For anyone keeping track at home, of the base races, the races that your friend who hasn't played since 2011 says count, Goblin is the lowest at 21st with 1.8% of players.
I wonder if the Undermine patch will like increase that number, and people will be like, oh, we want to play goblins now because of the goblin patch.
Everybody make a goblin. Get out there. Get mining in the undermine.
I'm gonna log back into my man Ass to Lips. He has not seen action since late 2023, but now is his time.
It's been a dry well for that man. He's really craving some lips or ass. I don't know which half of it he wants.
Is it his ass to lips?
I guess, yeah. He's taking pre-action in this one. He said, I got my pants around my ankles and I'm gonna jump up. Someone's kissing this hole.
Pucker up. Also, everybody, welcome Aaron back to the podcast. Aaron, what was your top 3 favorite moments from the episode?
My top 3 favorite moments was, I like that I gave you the Patreon list, but did not include the mental notes that are in my head. So things like, do this noise, and then you don't have access to that noise. So I was like, I wonder what they'll do. I like that we talked about Mythic Plus a lot, because usually I fall asleep during those when we're recording them, but this time I got to fall asleep when I was listening to it. So
I was going to say, like, us talking about Mythic Plus wasn't any, like, it wasn't much of a loss with you not being there, because you, like, go on Instagram during that time anyways.
I was like, I don't know anything. And my final favorite bit was the episode was just fucking quieter. I don't know who's putting in all these damn bells and whistles in this thing, but let's just get a straight over the board, over home plate episode. Come on.
Yeah, that was for the old school DNR fans, a throwback, if you will.
Throwback Friday. I'm sick. I feel like as the night approaches, I'm like a werewolf. I'm succumbing to the sick beast inside of me that wants to break free.
Maybe I shouldn't be drinking right now if I'm in danger of getting this illness.
Oh!
I'm sipping on a cough drop that is flavored like the Mucinex Booger Man.
Oh, ew.
He features prominently on the box, so I can only assume that he is in fact the flavor.
You know, I miss seeing that guy. Did they sunset the Mucinex man? Did they get rid of him from their ads?
I think as an adult, I've seen Mucinex Boy recently in some advertisements, but the like weird New York landlord Mucinex Booger Man, I think he has been gotten rid of.
Oh,
but
I like
his son's
little
here
belly.
to stay.
They definitely still do use something, though, because when I was at the store yesterday, I was at Walgreens, and they had, like, a end cap stand with like, basically, because they know that everyone's sick right now, they just had, like, a bunch of, like, cold medicine and Kleenex and, like, hand sanitizer on, like, an end stand where it's like, here, just pick this up on your way out of the store. And there was, like, a Mucinex, like, booger dude on like, this standee.
So you seen the boy.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was different than the one that I was used to. So maybe that is what Aaron was referring to as Mucinex Boy.
No, this is a booger child. He specifically hangs out with children who are sick.
That's a weird pivot. I don't know. Why did they do that? There must be a commercial everybody missed in the lore that kind of unveiled Booger Boy, like when Mr. Peanut became a Mr. Baby Peanut.
You know, I want to be very clear. When I talk about the MCU, I'm talking about the Mucinex Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Boo.
Hey, we did raid. Oh, Amu's got a brand new spanking computer. Recording
Ooh,
first.
ooh.
I do. So if I tried hard to like, well, first off, I had to like find an old version of Audacity because I forgot about that whole thing where like if you download the newer ones, it might be like spyware. So I found like an old ass version. I had to like re-download all of my like podcasting stuff and redo my microphone settings and stuff. So like if I sound weird, that's probably why. I tried. I think I got it though.
But we did raid, and you caught the tail booty of it. And Aaron, you got to experience the healing gem, no healer strat.
Yeah, that's kind of funny and silly, huh? It's that's an interesting one. I wonder how that would have worked and what the new iteration will be. Like, I know they don't really much care. This Cersei ring is just dead in the water anyways. But are they just getting rid of this stone? Are they retooling it? Because this was, granted, well, most people were on like super duper ults, and we were having no problems with heroic.
Yeah, the biggest problems we had were fucking the brew twister eggs, classically. And, like, I mean, it makes sense. Like, Pablo hasn't done a lot of it before, and he got a lot of the circles. People just checked out a little bit too because it was the last raid officially for the season.
And I was just like, I'm just bringing my hunter because, like, first off, I don't have a DPS that is, like, at that level to come in on, like, the last 2 bosses. And I was also just like, I just want to get this over with and help us just end it.
So, do we know, are they just reducing the amount of healing or the number of times that it procs? What is to stop this from being the future now?
I believe the nerf is 25% reduction that the healing gives for non-healers. So DPS and tanks. So basically, you won't be able to do what we're doing because we're going to just have a fuck ton less healing across the board if we all do it. But it'll still be good for healers to use. So it's just
I'm glad that that's apparently the last one in the season because I got like dick out of this thing. Well, I guess I got pants and I guess I got trinket, but harumph. My crusade for a 2-handed weapon still continues. It feels like it's been years, and the only thing I can get out of it are the pity drops from the island. And those ain't no good. They ain't even 600.
Yeah, those are some stinky items. Before raid started, I had a premonition, and I saw it clearly, just like That's So Raven. It zoomed into my eyeball, and I saw it in my head. And it was me winning a piece of loot. And it was Gandalin whispering me and being like, can I have that? And I don't know why, because it's happened before. Like, it's happened a couple times. It's just fine. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, because, and for the listener, Slide was on his mage, on Deoxyribose.
Yeah, but then I was like, well, and then I'm playing scenarios in my head about this premonition. And then I'm like, well, if it's a transmog item, I mean, I have a fair stake to it because I'm on a clothy. So I should already have the transmog on my priest. So if I didn't have it, I would be completing you know what I mean? It's like I was on a male character or a plate character. Anyway, a waist drops, a nice upgrade for me, and I get a whisper, and it's Gandalin, and I was like, oh my god, I saw the future.
It's the future you can see.
Now, this raises a point because Gandalin is on Gandalin, the man, the mage, the main. But you are on a character that, according to the Goontometer, more than likely will become your main. So, as someone in the know, who wins this belt? Who deserves this belt?
It's hard, right? But I think he did have a fair claim to it because he said, hey, so like how attached are you to that belt? And because it was the last piece of a set for the heroic set that he needed. So like it would complete the heroic set for him, which I already have the set. So I was like, that makes sense. But then he goes, thanks to you. This is the 4th. I've completed all the tiers. And I'm like, wait, you got the other 3?
He lied. He hid the truth from you. I would have been like, fucking go back to the mines. Clearly, you've already got these before. You can win it again some other time.
Meanwhile, I'm out here and I don't think I've ever completed any of the sets during the season of any of the armor types or classes or whatever in probably the last like 4 raid tiers. I mean, like I haven't really actively been trying very hard, I'll say, but like that's crazy.
Yeah, I thought it was funny, but then I was like, okay, I mean, because he's gonna upgrade it to the mythic track, so like I was like, it's fine, whatever. But the only reason I've been able to complete the sets, I think I completed 2, is just because I'm hoarding my items and I'm upgraded them right at the end when I have all these charges to use with the catalyst converter.
I keep forgetting that like I probably have like a zillion charges now on that, so like I could probably pretty easily complete sets then.
Yeah, go through your bank, pop some stuff in there. But yeah, I didn't really get much either. I mean, I guess I got a tier token, which is nice. I have some shitty shoulders on him. Yeah, I got flying on the Siren Isle, and I just haven't gone back. I'm like, that's fine. I don't.
Yeah. Also, that is something I will remember is that 319 last week, the two of you reported on what happens if you press the wrong buttons during the very cool flight segment.
Yeah.
And I did test it out. You take some damage, and they go, open your ear holes. And then I took damage like 3 times, and I was like, well, I probably should crash for science, but at the same time, this is a lot longer than I thought it was. I don't want to do this again. So the science is still out. I don't know.
I thought you were gonna tell us you crashed into the ocean or something.
Nope, I don't know what happens because it's like, oh, I really kind of thought we'd do this 3 or 4 times. This is like my 7th or 8th button input. I don't want to do this again.
Yeah, I mean, it did feel a little silly to be this. Congrats, here's your flying. You did a little on rails scoot around the island. Also, I forgot something about Raid though. I wanted to talk about really quick. I did it. I went positive in gambling on multiple characters.
I see the screenshot you shared in host chat, but I feel like you need to scroll down a little bit more because does all of this positivity counteract what poor Bludgeon had to deal with?
Yeah, I'm only seeing 2 of your names on here. I feel like there's like 3 or 4 other slide alts that are in the hole.
There's no Bludgeon on this because he reset the stats. So the stats have been reset. But my mage was down 15k. That's it. So, but I walked out of this with, well, I mean, just take out the 15k. This much. Read it out loud.
He's showing me his calculator on his phone because big number hard for Slidewhistle. 378k.
I'm sick. I'm just a little baby.
I have this many's, and he just does 378,000 in increments of like 10, the amount of fingers he can show you.
We'll be back at the end of the episode when he's done.
I basically walked out of there with basically 400k, which is what Lynn lost in total. Lynn lost 400k on one character. That's crazy. I would have stopped gambling at like 300k.
I don't know how any of you kids do it. And then you have to like log into other characters and be like, oh, this guy's poor, but Spinkles, he has all my money. Yeah, no, I lose like 100k, and I'm just like, I'm done. Like I know when to fold them.
I've never heard Lynn say, I don't have the money. To say you don't have the money on a character that you're gambling with is like an extra level of oof. Because Rosh always fucking does this. Or is it Fireballs or Rosh? I think it's both of them. And they have to write down the number and they have to mail it. But when Lynn did it, I let out the biggest oof. Because that's a poor man now.
Well, that is
the definition of an oof dude. Yeah, exactly.
So, oh God, I hate this energy that I have to bring, but have either of you boys headed back into the plunder storm after that initial burst?
No.
I also have not. Is it bad that like I just don't care that much?
No.
I do need to go back in. I at least want to get like I still have a few more items left on that set. So like I want to get the T-Mog set and then like so but like realistically I can probably get that in like a day.
You get it in like 2 matches. I already have the set.
That's what I was going to say is that, and not to be like, oh yeah, you guys saw it, but like I streamed because if you watch me, you could have gotten like a blue back piece or something. In those streams, I purchased every single new thing you could. And that was only 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm not freaking epic. In 4 hours, you can get every single new thing. Like, add more stuff, Blizzard, or add bigger stuff.
It's weird. I almost feel like because I know I can earn anything like super quickly, that like I don't feel the need to like spam it as much, I guess. I'm like, yeah, I'll just do it like in the last week. But when is that? Did they, once again, here we are. Did they say the end date for Blunderstorm, or are we just guessing?
You know, we're really good at this. Because like I feel like our problem is like whenever they tell us dates, we forget. But then like we just ask ourselves, like, do we have a date? Even when we don't have a date. I don't know if we have a date. So what? I'm gonna say we don't.
Because we don't have a date for when the next patch comes out, which I feel like would coincide when Blunderstorm ending. So I feel like that's why we don't.
Also, the fact that we don't have a date for Undermine patch release is kind of crazy because like we are in, as of the release of this podcast, or like when most people listen to it, probably like February now. So
I am
Blizzard, hello?
kicking down the door. We do have a Plunderstorm end date, and I hate to say it, we've had it for 2 months.
Perfect.
February 18th. So
That's
by
right.
the time you're
Okay.
by the time
Oh,
you're
so
listening to
we
this, you have
So like we surmised that, like, is that when the patch is happening then?
more than likely. So, hey everyone, we're in the deep dark valley, but we only gotta wait for like 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks and some change. Come on, we can do this, everyone.
I can't put my finger on why this patch cycle has felt so long. It's felt like I mean, because the holidays slowed it down, and I guess we're just coming back from that. I don't know. It just feels like it's crawling. I've seen a lot of content creators just like everywhere, like YouTube or TikTok, and they're all like saying the same thing. How they're just like waiting for the next content drop.
I guess because the island, pretty early on, people flagged that as either something they don't care about or is non-essential. Like, I don't remember the last time, what was it, a necklace on the Forbidden Reach that we had to power up?
I think it was it also a ring?
I guess, yeah, it was a ring. We just
Yeah.
didn't physically see it. But I forgot the feelings behind that one, but no one I know is caring to, like, power up their Cersei circlet. It's just like, this is a nothing burger thing that I know will get replaced and undermined.
The Forbidden Reach definitely got like equal levels of shit on, but like I felt like there was more to do, right?
Yeah, there were, like,
I
secrets and
am
stuff.
officially ready to make a statement, and my statement is that I hate both islands. I hate the Forbidden Reach and I hate Siren's Isle, but I think Forbidden Reach wins this face-off for me.
I know I definitely would agree. I may have already said so on the podcast. That tower, it's missing a thing, right? Because its thing is the storm. Like there was that weird little tower with the powers that was like that was an okay idea. I didn't hate it. It was different. You jumping up in the air with your magic and opening fires with ice or whatever the fuck that was. That little grain of salt or rice I never fucking got.
I love how it basically sums up our thoughts on the 0.7 patches when we're both just like, whatever the fuck that was.
I will say, well, now, so it beats Siren Isle, so like a good fighting game tournament, it's back down in losers. What do we think was better, this or the archaeology, the digging up some holes Dragonflight patch?
Well, I guess the Siren Isle, because I didn't do a single big dig. I went out there and the instructions were not, I was like, what the fuck am I doing out here? And then like once I got there, it ended because I didn't know it was ending. So I was like, fuck this. I don't care. I don't give a shit about the big dig.
It's tough. And I don't, it might just be a recency bias. I think I liked doing the big dig mini game more than just whatever the Siren Isles is.
You know,
And I'm not at all being like, they just keep getting worse. It's just like, I don't know. Big dig, at least I was doing something. As I've said before, other than killing bosses, it is just circling the island and clicking on chests.
yeah, I mean, this is literally bottom of the barrel. I dislike them both pretty intensely, but I think the Siren Isle wins because like at least it's an entire zone. Big Dig was just like, hey, you run around these dinosaur bones for a little bit. It would be like, okay, if the Siren Isles was just the storm, then I would prefer Big Dig. But like at least Siren Isles has like a zone. Well, it's like I think, but like don't make me choose one or the other.
Yeah, who knows? I did a 2 with Pablo, my mage. His feral would rather much do keys and stuff, just baby keys, getting over. There's also they changed keys even fucking more since we talked about it last time.
So you're talking about for season 2 when Undermine comes out and when the new season of Mythic Plus starts.
Yeah, they're making it just nicer to get into for everybody. Gilded Crest dropped from 7s, used to be 8s. A hero track gear drops from 6s. That's huge. That's some easy gear. They moved Tyrannical and Fortified to 7 and 10. They removed the the fucking if you die, you lose more time. It's gone, and now it's only on plus 12s. So only the sweaties of the sweatiest will have to deal with that.
Only the sweaty gumbos will have to deal with it, but also maybe we will be lumped into that because of all the new shit that is happening at the plus 12 level.
Yeah, we definitely will be running 12s because I want that mount. Me want mount. But it just changes, I guess, everyone's been asking for on the forums. Just making it way more accessible to folks who are trying to get in there and just not get yelled at. So there you go. 7s are the new 8s. Just remember that.
You know, I feel like I really haven't been running keys the last several weeks. So I'm like, what the fuck does an 8 mean again? I saw some of our guildies trying to get their portals done last night, and I was just like, I should help, but I just don't feel like it.
Well, I was like, I should help, but I don't know if I can. I was like, I haven't run a high key in a while, especially on my priest. I feel like I forgot how to do that. And my mage, he ain't ready for that. He's just a little tiny sick boy.
He's a leper gnome now.
Good old 2.2% of the player base. Can you believe that? That's the lowest alliance one, by the way. Gnomes lose out the most.
Economes are
2.2
higher?
Oh, I'm sorry, of the base races.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow.
Mechanomes are the lowest, not new alliance one. They have 0.9% of the vote.
0.9. Wow. We gotta bump them up to 1, guys.
Can you believe that Pandaren, who have been here for 15 plus years, 1.5% for Horde, 1.4% for Alliance? That's crazy to me.
Wow, I am the 1.4%.
That's fucking low.
Almost as low as this 5 I'm about to give you.
I-
Too slow!
No.
You slipped into a growl on the prowl! Ha 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 ha! Hey y'all, I've decided, as I occasionally do, to forego the traditional Growl on the Prowl interview this week and decided to highlight someone in the community that needs more views. Here is some lo-fi by an individual I found on YouTube named Murloc Plush, who has a criminally low amount of subscribers and puts out hours-long lo-fi mixes set to Warcraft imagery and makes the music themselves. This is from their most recent upload. It was actually just uploaded yesterday, January 30th, 2025. Upbeat and chill lo-fi music mix for 1 hour World of Warcraft, parentheses, with rain sounds. So if you like this, there's plenty more. Go check out their channel, and I'll let their music speak for themselves. It is with a great sadness in my heart that I say, we have returned.
Why is it sad? Why is it great sadness?
Cause I have to pull myself back in here with you two lugs. Do you know what I could be doing if I wasn't doing this thing?
What?
And piano.
Coughing in the dark while playing grand piano, apparently. I sit there and I like to play my music while I hack my life away.
Play chopsticks. Play chopsticks.
Excuse me. I'm in America. I don't use chopsticks. We invented the fork for a reason.
Fork and spoon. Speaking of forks and spoons, we got a new traders post because when this episode comes out, it will almost be February.
I think it's good enough. So we are using the Wowhead link, and I guess we'll just kind of scroll down it and say our opinions on things that jump out to us. And we'll start with the big item. It is a 600 Traders Tenders mount, the Silver Moon Sweeper. It is a broomstick with, Silver Moon aesthetic.
I feel like
I like it.
Calling it a broomstick is a bit of a misnomer. This is a motorcycle masquerading as a broomstick. We've got a seat. We've got handlebars. We've got pink magic dust coming out. We got a little headlamp from when I'm really trying to burn rubber at night. This is my shoot, personally.
So can it fly then?
It has to. It's magical. It's a magical broom. If this thing doesn't fly.
Oh no. I actually don't know. This blood elf man is tearing ass on the ground. What if it doesn't fly? What's the point?
Yeah, because I didn't even think about it until you said that it is a motorcycle technically. That's the mount base. So I'm like, what if it can't fucking fly? That'd be lame as shit.
That'd be crazy. Also kind of looks like a sniper rifle, which is why it's my shoot. Because he's going to shoot you.
Because bullets will shoot out of the front of it.
I mean, I also have to give it my shoot because I feel like nothing else will be as interesting on here. So yeah, triple shoot, y'all.
What does this description mean, though? The Silver Moon color scheme for the motion by emotion has been a success all across Azeroth. Am I missing a reference here, or is it just whimsy?
I don't have any further info here.
Motion by emotion is in quotes. So
when I look it up, I'm seeing a 2018 song called Motion by Emotional Oranges, the LA-based duo. If I wanted to, we can up and leave here, because I still wanted to get inside your mind.
For some reason, I don't think that that's a reference. I just don't get it. I feel like WoW's references are normally older, but
Speaking of older, this next one interests me. The full belly rolling paw, that's a man. They're selling you a little man that will go on your adventures with you. It's a red panda guy, and he just has a soulless gaze upon him.
Yeah, so once again, here I am asking about the description. Is this a race we know, or is this a new race coming up? Because it says, the full-belly Meeksy, Meeksi, Meeksy, will often put their own safety at risk if they smell food. Nothing brings them happiness like a cup of tea and a warm meal. What the fuck's a Meeksy?
I don't know, but you can get it for 350 tendies. I guess I'll give it that it is a unique pet, but I feel like the highest I can ever give a pet is a moot. So that's where I'm at.
Is this guy fed? Because once again, this is he looks angry. This little Danny DeVitoid is upset at me. Boot, get this man away.
There's a thread on the forums. The unofficial official Meeksy playable race thread. That's right. If you guys are ready to play as a Meeksy, head over to this thread to discuss it. I guess I data mined a bunch of different colors, so.
I wonder, do they use, would it use a Volpera model, but then at the same time, I feel like they're already kind of there. I know, Volpera are already little orange creature guys. I feel like this cannot be a playable race. I choose not to believe that. We already have too many furry people, and we already got ones that look like this. Case closed. gang.
Close it. Hey, you guys looking for a backpack with a Mulan dragon firework explosive look? The Crimson Pack of Lunar Explosives is what you want, then.
It is 250 tendies, and it looks like it actually has a sparkling effect as well in the picture that is at the top. So I am going to give it a toot. It's like with the general theme of this trading post, which seems to be like Chinese New Year, maybe.
Yeah, it's unique, but I don't really care. I'll give it a moot.
Yes, I too will toot it. It's very cool. You know what? It's like we always say, timeless cyclical. Last month was really cool with all those cool robot stuff. This is giving me nothing. And it continues to give me nothing with such things like the Crimson Lunar Fire Whacker, a one-handed mace, which is just a bunch of firecrackers in a dragon's mouth. Yippee!
Yeah, and this is 300 tendies. This is a boot for me. I'm never spending 300 tendies on this. I just don't give a shit about it.
The Crimson Lunar Lantern is kind of cool. It looks like a snake with its mouth around a giant red lantern. It's a pretty cool motif. It's an offhand, though, so your odds of using it, is what if you got a two-hander? What are you going to do?
Also, is there something that goes with it? Wait, so is the Firewacker one-handed to go with it?
Yes. Technically, well, actually, I'm trying to think. So that is a mace, and the other is an offhand. So now we're using mace and offhands. Is this priest exclusive combination? Because a mage can't use this.
It might be, and that's very fucking weird to me. So it's also 550 tendies for this combination. And
Whoa! Together. Okay, I thought you meant just the offhand. I was like, that's bullshit. That thing is
250 for the offhand, which I still think is ridiculous. So I'll say it. I'm getting them both boots.
Oh, we're getting bonus tendies. We're getting an extra 500 tendies this month.
Well, that's very nice. I wish I had literally anything to spend them on. So I won't go into depth on specifically the Crimson version, but it seems the war skirt and leg wraps are the new hotness that we will be receiving Technicolor variations on. What are our opinions on this? Is this something that you've been clamoring for?
So, okay, are these two separate items? Is that what they are?
No, I think they're together.
Yes, this is just pants mog.
Oh, I think they're fine, but I feel like we always say the first variant of all of them are good, and then we get tired of them. I don't know. I feel like red is probably the color that I would least likely find anything to do with, but I'll give it the softest of toots you could ever give something, just because it's something different, even though literally next month we'll get another one and I'll be like, scoot.
I think it's good. I think we don't have a lot of things that look like this, so it will fill in a little niche for a little fantasy outfit once we get the whole rainbow variant of colors for them in the upcoming months.
I'm conflicted because I personally would love to Kinky Boots the house down with these leg wraps. I don't love that they're saddled with this frumpy skirt as well. If we could have just made the Rappins shoe mog, I would have appreciated that, but that's my official request. Get rid of the skirt, please.
You heard it here first. Aaron said no skirt.
And God, oh golly, if that's not... Is that just everything?
So there's, I posted a second link, which is what the reward is for completing the Traveler's Log. But yeah, I think that's all the things that they're highlighting. Maybe there's more. Maybe the rest is repeats. But there's a cute little pink ensemble, pink Lunar Festival attire. It's very Lunar New Year, very Chinese New Year. It's okay.
I think it's better than okay. I'm giving this a very, very solid 2. I like it a lot. I think it's cute. I like the pink and the blue, and I just think I like things that are a little derpy,
The hat is very powerful. I'm giving it a toot, if anything, just because I like getting things for free. But it also tickles me that they put it on a human woman because humans look the best, but it's giving big mercy Chinese New Year energy of It's the Chinese New Year. Here's a wonderful white woman to demonstrate it for you.
She's not blonde though.
Exactly.
You can see from the back of her head. But then they also are like, no, we can't fully commit to this. They're like, and then the picture above it and below it are both like a Pandaren woman. Like,
Yeah, they said, we'll put the Chinese coded race in there to be like, see, it's not too bad.
Blizzard posted a blue post of the drive system. Vroom vroom, skeet skeet. We have a look at the UI here. Also, Descendants is really funny. Not funny, it's just crazy. After a few starting quests in Undermine, Gas Grimeshank will decide it's taking you too long to get around town. He sends you to meet Nanny Tallulah at the Caddy Shack about some wheels. A lot to take in there.
do we have a picture of Nanny Tallulah?
We do. Here is Nanny Tallulah. She's got on a nice baby blue outfit, crop top, long sleeve shirt, old glasses, goblin.
You know, I'm ready to say it. It's time for this week's sexiest NPC of the week, baby.
Oh, I'm glad you said that because as soon as Nanny Tallulah showed up on my screen with those parched, yellowing, cracked lips, I thought, my man ass to mouth, he's finally found the mouth to put his ass on.
I can't wait for Nanny Tallulah to show me how to work the Prindle, if you know what I mean.
You know, I heard that we were visiting her regarding some wheels, but I feel like she has some other things that I'd be more interested in. I mean, you know she's down for a good time. I don't know what exactly she has on her belt that's in this vial, but like, I'm sure we can have a good time.
Blue Chew.
Ooh, I'll never forget that time that I went to the Drive workshop to get a Hummer, and I ended up getting a Gummer from Granny Tallulah.
Even WoW is in on the sexiest NPC. It says you'll first need to complete the quest, license not required, from Nanny Tallulah to get a feel for driving around Undermined.
And then right after that, it says Nanny Tallulah can get you on the road with steady shifting and handling work. I'm like, oh, okay, so she can handle?
Damn, what's it called when you get a blowjob when you're in a car? Fuck.
Roadhead.
That's the joke. There it is. Roadhead. Ooh.
Roadhead? I hope so.
I'm sure a lot of fun things will be going down at the Caddy Shack with Nanny Tallulah.
God, that'd be so fucking scary to get Roadhead in a drive car. They're already going like a million zillion miles per hour. And now you got Nanny.
Stop!
Now you got Nanny wrapped around your schmingle.
I will say I don't like that her name is Tallulah, because isn't that the name that Yab-Yag named their dog, and she fought so hard for the name that we're like, what the fuck's Tallulah? What is that?
Yes, they're famously. I think that dog is dead now.
What?
So they freed it up.
What happened?
Those dogs just don't live that long.
Wow.
The moment that we were like, what the hell's Tallulah, was a solid like 9 years ago.
Well, hey everybody, here's our sexiest NPC and dead dog edition of the podcast this week.
God damn it. Well, let's just wrap up this sexiest NPC of the week now that we have some weird dead dog energy as well. But, Tallulah, I will be bouncing my way over to the Caddy Shack to give you this award when we have access to the Undermine.
And I'll be bouncing when you get here. You catch my drift.
Yeah, baby.
I want to talk about all these different horns.
Yes.
We got purple horn, blue horn, orange horn.
So they walk us through the process for getting the drive, which, I mean, it's got to be coming soon, right? Come on. And it says when you first get your vehicle, you will only have a horn and eject until you complete your quest and have Mobber at the garage install other things. So the image that I showed you guys is like the UI for customizing your ride. It says as you play through Undermine, you pick up additional customizations for your vehicle. You'll find some through vendors and from treasures or trash or enemies. You know, the classics where to get your shit. You can adjust its color. You can buy parts to give extra grip to hug the roads or adjust to slide and glide as they drift around corners.
Granny Tallulah's got extra grip. Handle the road.
I'm sure she has some glide too.
So we're basically getting like Mario Kart parts, is what it seems like. 3 wheels, 3 engines, 3 turbos, 5 horns, 5 paints right now. So like that's some pretty customization. You know, a lot to mix and match. You have some combinations for drive styles.
I wonder, now I'm thinking, have we confirmed, is there a drive boss in the raid? Because now we're getting into, if there is, will there be like meta drive combinations? Like it's like, okay, you know, make sure to have red wheels when you enter raid. The like Gibbo Gubblank, you need speed for this one.
If you don't have your purple horn on in the raid you're throwing.
I don't remember if we just talked about that or if that's a thing in a dungeon. I feel like we talked about it. So make it happen, Ian. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a pretty short post from them, but I mean, things gotta be cooking. Things are coming.
If there's one silver lining to this whole episode, it's things are coming. It's darkest before the dawn. My good friend Batman told me that one.
Who trusts a goblin vehicle? That's the only thing. Like, these things are gonna explode. This is a plot to kill all of us.
I think they might be undermining our health here.
I also wonder what will be the explanation of when these no longer function. Or will they function forever? Now I'm thinking about the drive system. What happens when we're no longer undermined? Is it just like the radio, like it doesn't work if it's not in our city?
Or does it just like only function as a ground mount, maybe?
I hope a goblin repo man just attacks all of us and takes our vehicles away.
Do you remember? This is such a specific poll. Do you remember the repo man who would do like badass bitch get her hands on the ground, and he would like film himself repoing cars while like dancing on TikTok?
No,
I'm imagining a little goblin guy as Carlito's like, get out of here, make a bad bitch put her hands on the ground.
I haven't even heard of this. It sounds funny though. I'm about to find it.
Anyways, yes, that is going to happen to all of our drive vehicles because none of us will have the proper amount of Kezanite. Well, okay.
I was thinking of this repo man who was a wrestler in the WWF. He was literally a repo man with a big hook and a rope. And he would come out and be like, I'm going to steal your cars, everybody. Well, and then he gets beat up.
Also looks suspiciously like my uncle.
Could be. Are you the nephew of Repo Man?
I'll never tell.
Respecking Professions is here. Well, it's not here, but it's gonna be here. You can do it in Dornegal in patch 11.1, and apparently you can only do this one time, so you can't abuse this, abusers. I know y'all were licking your lips over there, being like, I'm gonna respec all the time to get whatever money I need.
Is it once per profession per account?
It's probably just once per character. It literally says, this can only be done once. Oh shit. You will lose all associated recipes. Wait, what do you mean? Wait, why would I lose all the recipes? That doesn't make any sense. Some of those cost a lot of monies. Some of those are expensives.
I mean, I think it's literally to counteract what you were just, like, implying, to make it so that like this is literally for people who just like felt like they fucked up and wasted like 20 experience points going down a wrong path and were like, I wish I could undo that. Not people who are like have maxed out an entire thing and were like, oh, I want to like just quickly do something else because making something else is really hot right now.
What if I just want to refill all my bubbles just once to see what it feels like?
Just once. I just want to click on stuff. Come on.
I feel like this might not be what you're looking for then.
Epic fail.
Fail army.
Fail army says it's time for top toot, bottom boot, medium moot. Aaron, what is your epic TTBBMM le.
Whoa! Epic TT! I have a top toot this week.
Le toot.
My epic top toot was that the Blizzard recently put in a new flying firecracker mount for the Remember Your Elders holiday. Forgot its official God-given name. And I went and I did it. I got it, and it's pretty neat.
Wait, explain to, obviously for the listeners and not for me, how you go about getting this.
You gotta go and just honor your elders. I had never done that before, so I went spot to spot, just clicking on them, getting one little coin at a time. Did that 75 times and got 75 honoring your elders coins and bought that mount.
Wow, I didn't even know there was a mount. I saw the article and I didn't really recognize that as a mount. I thought they just, I don't know what I thought they did. Put a WoW head of Chinese firecracker image over.
Wait, this thing is actually kind of sick. How long can we get this? Like, can I get this today?
Yes, you have it. Well, as long as you go and honor your elders 75 times, you have until February 11th, I believe, is the last day to do so. I checked the calendar because I got it, and then I was like, oh, I want to go everywhere else because I have to honor all my elders. What else can I get? And then I got 30, so I got the Hearthstone, and I said, well, there's some more elders to honor. What else can I get? And that's kind of really all the interesting bits. So I said, okay, goodbye.
I don't even know that I've ever really done this holiday, if I'm being honest. Like, was this part of the meta that I would have had to do a while ago?
It does not appear to be, because I checked to see if there was a meta achievement for it, and there was none. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not doing that. So sorry, all of our elders who are chilling in the Wrath of the Lich King dungeons. I'm not coming to talk to you.
Wow, the side view of this guy is awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fucking do this. I'm game. I'm game. I'm hip. Are you hip? Yeah.
Immunization. Tell me, what is your TT, BB, or MM?
Well, you see, I have, I think a medium moot, maybe.
I think a medium mood.
Yeah, and I think the fact that I have to think about what it is basically sums up that it's a medium moot. So I've been stockpiling tailoring professions points because I don't know what I wanted to do next. And for a while, I was just stockpiling some of them in case anybody in the chat wanted a specific piece crafted that I didn't really have like a lot of expertise in. But now I'm only down to like a few. So then I was like, I don't know, like no one ever asks for like headpiece or whatever. And then I realized I had like 80 points. And I was like, well, what do I fucking spend these on? So then I started just like dumping
80,
them.
You just had 80 free points you haven't spent?
Nothing was calling out to me, so no.
That's crazy.
So I started dumping them in like the things for like looting cloth and stuff. And like making the spools and making bolts and resourcefulness. So I was like, oh, honestly, maybe I should have done this a little earlier.
Yeah, maybe.
So maybe my medium moot is just that I've just been freeballing all of this without really caring much. But like I've still made a decent amount of money this expansion from tailoring, just from the trade chat stuff. So I think that all evens out to a medium moot. I finally spent all my points, and that is what it is, I guess. Maybe in the future I'll be more invested in this, or maybe not. I don't know. Slidewhistle, what do you got?
I have a top two.
Top two.
Toot.
I took Pablo by the hand and took him back into his first key in 4 years. I was like, hey, have you run a queue with anybody yet? And he was like, just Mythic Zeros with guildies. And I was like, let's do a key. Ahoy's online, Myth's online, people are online. And I was like, hey, everybody, who wants to do a key with me and Pablo? Nobody answered on Discord or on guild chat, which is fine because people don't want to do baby keys right now. They want to do like the 10s and stuff. So me and him just went into a dungeon together, pugged some people. It was a 2, so it's fine. But the people were also like really nice. What's surprising, people, because it's a 2. It's the nice people. They were most chatty. Somebody posted a nice little emoji curvy face at the beginning, and I was like, oh, okay. I haven't seen one of those in a minute.
Honestly, probably the last person I saw use one was Pablo.
Yeah, definitely was.
When did we lose this boy? I know he's been gone for a while, but I forgot how long.
End of Shadowlands, I think.
Yeah, he didn't do any Dragonflight.
Yeesh-roo, that's crazy that he's back. Especially so.
Yeah, but no, I'm very excited he's back because he's been raiding with us. He leveled up. He's been gearing up, and I think he's more so just excited to, like, in this next patch, he will be present, and we'll be running keys with him again. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it's always nice. So yeah, that's my titty. That means top 2.
Titty!
Titties out.
And titties out for our patrons. Gotta love them. They include Ahoy Vince, Azarin, Hacky, Digital Dave, asking Growlina to say, "For the Horde." Miskit, the Orchidee Orc. Mitch wants to remind everyone that Rathion isn't daddy, he's a literal child. Rimmy!
Yes!
Crucifix, Mauve, Chromone, the inaugural Dornagooner. Alternator, Saracen Hawk, Justin, give me back my PhD, Arcane. Quick Puncher, Dr. Foster, Grumpy Old Shaman, Jerome, Adorno.
No, it's fine. I just didn't think it would be Chinese, is all.
Losing the Patient, Gershy's going to East Hills. Duff, the Horde Pooper, Cooper. Calcus, now moist maging.
I make the weather. Oh, this moisture coming up out of the Gulf is gonna push us to the east and then Altoona.
Cilantro, Slidewhistle Secret Stalker, Teehee. Adam N. Vanderlyle, and Will, aka Tyre, Trade Chat's fallen father.
You can join the patrons at patreon.com/do not relent. Give us money to hear our episodes that are about literally anything in the world. If you read this one today, will be about us being sick and how to make $1 million immediately.
Ooh, I have the secret tricks that you need to know. Step 1, give my boss money. You gotta love MLMs.
Crypto rug pulling. Do it while it's still legal. It's not illegal yet, folks. Our U.S. senators are doing it.
Oh, also, did you guys see that Hawk Tuah got, like, arrested?
Did you?
What do you mean? That's for After Dark, everybody.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to pay us to hear that one.
Yeah,
To
breaking
hear what
news.
Haley's up to.
It's gonna be old as fuck. Haley, get your Haley Watch updates every 2 weeks. What about you guys? Linktree, don't forget the Linktree.
Okay, well, for our general podcast, you can find all of our links by going to donotrelent.com. For me, Alex or Immunization, you can find me on Twitter at New Era Alex or on Blue Sky at Immunization.
We need to nuke our Twitters?
Why?
There's a Nazi running it.
I mean, there's been a Nazi running
Yeah,
it.
but
Yeah,
now
I'm
it's
not
confirmed.
deleting years of history. I mean, I'll leave it dormant if need be, but speaking of which, you can find that potentially dormant Twitters at The Bigot Cheesy on Twitters.com. Watch me play Vigigrams at twitch.tv/AaronDNR.
I'm gonna go blow my nose into my hands and rub it on the walls.
Get the bug sick.
Call me Asmongold. I'm rubbing my bloody teeth all over everything. And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.